Good morning students and welcome back to your science lecture. Today we will start our new chapter of science, that is chapter number 6, physical and chemical changes. So under this chapter we will learn what is meant by physical and chemical changes. Yes, and what happened during the physical and chemical changes. So for that we'll see. Students, we see around us there are many things they are changing. Yes, means the changing of climate, changing of weather. Yes, so many chemical changes like cooking. Yes, cutting vegetables. So breaking down many things into pieces. These are some changes. Yes, so anything that become different undergoes a change. Anything that become different from its original state, from its original form, when anything get changed, so anything become different, that is mean some changes are happening there. So these changes are also classified into two types of changes. These are physical changes and chemical changes. So among that changes, which changes are called physical changes and which changes are called chemical changes, we will discuss in this chapter. So for that we will perform here many examples. We will perform many experiments and I will give you many examples for that. So first of all, very common example we will take, and in that we will observe what change will happen. So first of all we will take ice. So ice is the solid form of water. We know very well. It is a solid form of water. So when the water freeze, it get solidified. Yes, it get into the state of solid. And it is cool. It is very much cold than the original normal temperature water. Okay. So when that ice, that the solid form of water made, it get converted into the its state, that is water. Yes, that is liquid. When the ice made, it get converted into liquid state. Yes. So this is the physical change. Why I am telling it is physical change? Because in ice also there is H2O, combination of hydrogen and water is same, and in water, liquid form of water, also the combination is same. Means property is not change here. Again, this water undergoes one different type of change. We can see here. I will show you. So are you seeing something? Water vapors. Are you seeing water vapors here? So these are the vapors of water. So when we give the heat to the water, what will happen? It will vaporize. It will vaporize and the water will change into its gaseous form. And the water will change into its gaseous form. But we can change that vapor into water again. How? When the vapor will get condensed, when the vapor get condensed, means the vapor get cooled, again that vapor will change its state of gas into water. Okay? So we can change that water vapor into water again by the process of condensation. Means all these three states are interchangeable. All these three states are interchangeable. Means no any change of property takes place here. Only just the size or the state of that substance is changed. Means water get changed into solid state in the form of ice. Again the water get changed in the form of vapor, means in gaseous state, and again they can regain their state. Yes, again they can it can regain its state. Means vapor can change into water, water can change into ice. Again we can continue that cycle. Means this change is not a permanent change. If this change is not permanent change, we can regain again the original form. So that this change is known as physical change. Understood? So the change in which the properties of substances will not get changed, it is called physical change. Here the properties are not changed. Again this reaction is reversible. This reaction is reversible. Means again the substance will regain its original state. But sometimes suppose here I will cut down the lady's finger into pieces. You can see here I have cutted that lady's finger into pieces. Here we can see. So we can say, can we join that pieces of lady's finger to form the lady's finger again? No. But still the properties of that lady's finger, the nutrients of that lady's finger is not changed here due to pieces. Yes. Here the pieces of that lady's finger is also having the same nutrients, same properties of as like as that lady's finger. So that it is a physical change. Means if properties are not changed, it is called as physical change. But I can give one different type of example. Here we can see, you can see wood is there. Wood is there. If I will burn that wood, what will happen? What will happen? Finally I will get coal. Finally I will get coal. Means the wood will burn out and the chemical change will happen here, and the property of that wood totally get changed here, and it get converted into new type of substance, that is coal. That is coal. So that we can say this change is chemical change. As we got new substance here, as we got new substance here, that's why it is known as chemical change. Means we can't it can't obtain its original state of wood. It is irreversible process. Means the process will not get reversed in that change. Okay, in this type of change, totally irreversible process we will get here. What is mean by reversible? Reversible means we can get again, and irreversible means we can't get again the substance. Okay. So here I have given the example of lady's finger. So here we can see the pieces of lady's finger. This is the physical change, because just I cut it and it get converted into small pieces. But when if I will add in that pieces some salt, some spices, oil, will it get changed? No. But if I will provide heat, I will supply heat to it, what will happen? Then it will get cooked. It will get cooked, and its nature totally get changed. After cooking, the nature of that lady's finger totally get changed. Here the chemical changes happen. Here the chemical changes happen. Means the properties of that lady's finger here get changed. Okay. So the cooked new substance we got here. So that is known as chemical change. So this is the example. Another example I will give. So you can see this is lemon. This is lemon. This also lemon. But if I cut that lemon, what will happen? It will get converted into small pieces. Yes, you can see that. But that small piece is also having the property of lemon as this whole lemon. Okay. So that means the property is not changed here. Still this process is not reversible. Means we can't join that lemon and we can't make that lemon as it is dissolved. But still still the property is not get changed here. That's why it is known as physical change. Okay. So these are some examples. Again I will give. Here, can you see one thing? I will show you. This is a grain. This is a wheat. Yes. So it is a whole grain. And this is the floor of that wheat. This is the floor of that wheat. You can see it. This is the floor. So here, this grain is bigger in size. In original size, it is bigger in size. And here, in the floor, it is in powder form. Means the size of that grain is changed here. It is very much small size particles in the form of powder. But the property of that wheat is not changed. Even if I have taken here the floor of wheat. In the form of floor of wheat, the properties of that wheat is not get changed. But one thing I will show you. Now I added some water in that flour and I made a dough of that wheat flour. I made a dough. Now tell me students, the property of wheat is changed in that dough? No. The properties of the wheat is not changed here also. Even if I added water, I made dough, still the property is same here. But if I will make chapati from that dough, what will happen? Like that, chapati at first, and after that when I will give heat to that chapati, then I will get the cooked chapati. And here you can see the property of that wheat is get changed here. The property of that wheat is get changed here. Okay? Are you understanding? At first I only here I have taken only flour from that wheat. It is powder wheat now in the form of flour. Then I made dough. Yes, still the property is same. But when I provided heat, then what happened? Chemical change has taken place here, and due to that chemical change, I got the cooked chapati. Now this chapati is having somehow different property than the original wheat flour. Okay? So this is nothing but chemical change. Have you understood that? So it is very good example for the chemical change. So again one very good example I will give you, that are you seeing vegetables? Here I have taken some green vegetable. Yes, and now I will just cut it into small pieces. I will just cut it into small pieces like that. Yes. Now here the property is not changed. You can understand now. But when I will add some ingredients into it, and I will provide heat, what will happen? After cooking, I got very tasty curry. Means the properties of that ingredients of that vegetable is get changed in the form of curry, and it is a chemical change. Chemical changes happen here. Yes. Another very common example, you know, we make curd from milk. The milk is having some different property. Milk is having property, it is sweet in taste. Yes. But when we make curd from that milk, what will happen? The curd will have sour in taste. So that we can say chemical change takes place here because new substance we got. It is having new property. Again, it is irreversible process. That's why it is sure. We can say the change is chemical change. When we make curd from milk, it is a chemical change because the properties of milk is totally changed in the form of curd because it is sour in taste and milk is sour in taste and the whole property is changed there. So this was very important and very common example in our daily life. So some changes are there. They are physical as well, chemical changes, that also we will discuss. Here also one example, that groundnut and the powder of groundnut, that is also only physical change because the property is not changed here. Again, very well known example for you now. In our last chapter we have learned about the indicator and the reaction of indicator with acid and bases. So in that we have learned the reaction of turmeric indicator with acid and base. So which type of change is that? Definitely it is a chemical change because the turmeric indicator will change its property when it will come in contact with base. I will show it again. So here I have taken water in one container. Yes, I have taken water in container. And here you can see turmeric. It is a turmeric powder. You know very well. We are using very commonly in our kitchen also. So this turmeric is used as an indicator for identification of acid and base. So now I will do an activity. I will take some quantity of turmeric and I will dissolve that turmeric into water. Yes. Just I will dissolve it into water. Now you can see the water is changed its color into yellow color. Yes, due to turmeric, dissolution of turmeric here. So here can you say which type of change are you thinking that? Which type of change? This is a physical change because even if I have dissolved that turmeric in water, still the property of the turmeric is not changed here. It is as the powder turmeric. Only the liquid form we can see here, and here the powder form we can see, here the liquid form we can see. Only the state is changed, still the property is same. But if I will add detergent solution, as we know detergent is basic solution, detergent is basic in nature. If I will add detergent in that turmeric, now what do you observe? What you are observing here? What happened? What you are observing, students? Here the color of yellow color of that turmeric indicator is get changed totally and it get converted into reddish brown color. Yes, are you seeing that? It get converted into reddish brown color. Why? Because chemical reaction is happened here. Due to adding a detergent means basic substance into turmeric indicator, chemical reaction happened here, and here the color of turmeric indicator is changed into reddish brown color. So it is very good example and it is totally irreversible reaction. Yes, here we got the new substance we got, so that it is called as chemical change. So here we have seen many examples of the physical and chemical change. Again, it is a chalk. It is made up of calcium carbonate. The compound is calcium carbonate. And here we can see some pieces of chalk. Here I have broken only that pieces. Yes, again I will break down that piece. and into two pieces. So what happened here? Only the size and shape of that chalk is changed here. The size and shape of that chalk is changed here. But it is also calcium carbonate. It is also calcium carbonate. The original property of that substance is not changed here. It is only changed its size. Okay. So even if I have made the pieces, the property is same. Here again we can see the paper, the square paper. Now I am tearing that paper. Yes, I tore that paper. Now what happened? It get converted into small pieces. It get converted into small pieces. But it is also paper, and at previous stage also it was paper. Means the property of that substance is not changed here. Only the size and the shape is changed here. Okay. So here this change is known as physical change. So I hope now, up to now, you understood what is meant by physical change and what is meant by chemical change. Many examples we have seen, commonly physical as well, chemical change. For example, lady's finger and the cooked lady's finger. Again, the wheat flour, dough and chapati. That is the example of, very good example, common example of physical change and chemical change as well. Okay. So, I hope now you understood, and I will ask one question. Here, I will ask one question to you. So, are you seeing that burning mastic? Now, I will lighten the candle here. Here again, watch which type of change is happening here. Which type of change is happening here while burning the mastic? See, observe. Observe here. Now, the mastic is burned totally, and now I got ash. We can see here ash is formed. So, this ash is nothing but new substance of the burn mastic. Here we got the new substance. So, this change is also chemical change. After burning the mastic, totally new substance we got here due to chemical change. So, again I am showing you now. See, this is the burning candle. So, it is very good example of physical and chemical change. So, student, what you are thinking? Which type of change happening here while the candle is burning? While the candle is burning, which type of change is happening here? Physical change or chemical change, or both change are happening here? Yes? What do you think? Think well and give me the answer in our next lecture. In our next lecture, we will discuss about that burning of candle. Up to that, you think and write down in your notebook which type of change is that. So, this is homework for you. Again, one homework I will give you. So, around you, you are watching many things, many changes, you are watching that. So, you have to note down that changes also, you have to note down in your notebook. What I have done here, what I have performed here, which experiments I have shown you. That also you have to note down in your notebook. But apart from this, again you can observe around us many changes are happening, and around up to 10 changes you have to note down in your notebook, and then classify that changes into physical and chemical changes. Up to now you understood which type of changes, which change. So you have to classify your observation into physical change and into chemical change. Yes, you have to do this homework also. So 10 changes you have to note down. Okay, and read this portion from your NCERT textbook as well. Then you will understand better. So, we will see in our next topic again about the physical and chemical changes. Okay.